Hi, I'm Amy and I study business management at Swansea University. And for my placement year, I went to a small business within Swansea called Copperbay Creative. My placement story is a little bit different to everyone else's. I didn't actually kind of go through the scary assessment centres, like applying online. I simply went up to someone and just networked with them, and it was actually a guest lecturer in one of my lectures, and went up and spoke to him at the end and said, I'm looking for a placement year in exactly what you do and what you offer, and I'd love to come work for the organisation for a year. Obviously I did use the careers team and a lot of resources as well for looking for other jobs, so that was amazing. But actually kind of one of my main resources I used was just going to a lecture and finding out what they've got, really. I didn't actually have much knowledge of the company before. I'd never heard of the company. I just found out about them through the lecture, through a guest lecturer. He spoke about what he does. He does digital marketing, kind of web design, apps, and I just found out more there really about what they do. I was sat in the lecture and I thought, God, that's something I really would love to kind of learn more about and apply theory to knowledge. So I went and spoke to him at the end and found out more about Copperbay Creative and got in touch with him. Okay, like I said, my application process was very different to most other placement students. So after the lecture, he gave me his business card and said, drop me an email with your CV. I'd be interested in, offering you work experience or a placement or something. So it'd be really good. So straight after the lecture, I went on my laptop, dropped him an email on my CV and said, I'm looking for a 12-month placement. I was a girl that spoke to you in the lecture. It'd be really good if you could, contact me back with some more details if you've got anything to offer. He emailed me straight back saying, that's great, I'm really happy to see your email, I'm glad you got in contact with me, it'd be really good to work together. So then the next stage was obviously the interview. He said, do you mind coming to pop in the office, for a quick interview? So I was like, yeah, that's great. So I went over to Enterprise Park in Swansea for the interview. A bit nervous, but it went really well. Went into the office. He asked me about, what I wanted to learn as well on my placement, which I thought was really interesting. I said I wanted to do digital marketing, but he said, what do you want to learn about? So I managed to put, I want to do digital marketing. It'd be great to learn about how small businesses run as well. And he said, yeah, that's fantastic, fine. Show me around the office, introduced me to all the teams, so I knew them before, I'd started my placement. So that was great. Then later on that day, he emailed me saying, I'm happy to offer you a 12-month placement with us, start in September, run through to the next September, it'd be great for you. And, we're really happy to work with you. So that was fantastic, and I was really happy about that. So I started my placement and I learned loads about digital marketing, like more than, my knowledge was just, with all the exams and tests and stuff, it was really good. And I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm really lucky to still work there part-time in my final year. So I'm building up my experience and money as well in my final year. So it's been a great opportunity, and I would just want to tell you, don't always apply for big organisations. Small businesses want you as well, and they're out there. So just go and talk to people and network.